Fuck, how does state? I don't even know anymore.
Saved by the Bell by Drake Josh.
What? No. I don't say stage directions. You know, the lights hit center stage, the curtain rises up, and you see a lone boy sitting in a chair. He has something in his hand, but you don't know what it is. He gestures you to come closer, and you do. He keeps gesturing you closelier and closelier. And then
I
as he
I make a perception check. I roll for my wisdom saving throw.
That's too bad. This isn't D&D. This is an explanation into your psyche.
Fuck, it's a nat 1.
Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome to another podcast. It's been a while. How's everyone doing?
Hello.
I know you can't. Even though we can't hear your responses, I like to imagine some of you were like, "It's going pretty well," and then one of you is like, "Not so good."
And then some of them are like, some of you out there are like, I can't complain, but deep down inside, you know you can complain, but you just are afraid to open up to someone else and have them say that you're just annoying. When in reality, we won't say that to you. We want to hear if you're okay. We want to know if you're happy.
Yes. And if you know it, clap your hands.
Turn around and do the hokey pokey.
But yeah, how's it going? How's it going, Victor?
It's going pretty good, actually.
Nice.
I have big news. I got my 5th nephew yesterday.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He was born yesterday. His name is Mateo, and I'm an uncle yet again, and he's super tiny, but luckily,
an uncle five times over.
An uncle, yes, I am super uncle now, officially. When you hit that 5 rank, that's when you will level up.
Yes.
And luckily, he's healthy. Everything's good. My sister's healthy as well, so I'm very happy. How about you, Jolin? How have you been?
Well, I'm ecstatic, Victor.
Oh, okay, that's good. Why is that?
I've been struggling like for 2 weeks trying to sell a graphics card, and I finally did. I closed the deal. I got that promotion. I got the office with the view.
You got the corner office? Oh my god, no way.
Exactly. I made stonks.
But that's great. Like, yeah. Who did you get a good deal on it?
Yeah, I got I didn't get as much as I wanted from it, but it's fine, Hey. Like at least it's out there. Someone got a graphics card. They're happy. I'm happy. But yeah, I mean everything's going well. I got I have 1 week until school starts again for me. So
oh, okay.
Just living in existential dread.
Of what's to
come? I don't know, man. I want to going back to school is not the problem. The problem is I have to go back to school in person.
Oh, right. You have to commute now and be in class for all those hours.
I gotta deal with people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I feel you.
And then I miscalculated how long it takes to grow my hair. I'm still bald, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Wait, so you were planning on having your hair grow back by the time you went back to class?
Yeah,
but Jolin, your bald style suits you. You look good in it.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm bald now. That's a thing.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, meh.
You gotta embrace
take it or leave it.
You gotta embrace it.
Yeah. So Victor, we got an interesting show today.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. We have the 21st century bank heist to talk about.
Okay.
The Suicide Squad, that was a thing.
True. Yes.
Pete Davidson, hate him. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We don't have to talk about Pete Davidson. I think I talked about him enough in the pre-recording.
Pete Davidson, hot or not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then so some other topics that Victor brought up.
I did. I was informed about this.
Don't you start now, Victor. You have contributed, and your topics are good and valid, and we can talk about them.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, You wanted to talk about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp,
Oh yeah, I just want to touch about that for anyone who hasn't heard about what's going on. Yes.
and three in the peen. That's a thing.
Oh my God, 3? Oh my.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, we have a lot of we have a good amount of topics to talk about today.
Yeah, definitely. So which one are we gonna kick it off with, Jolin? Which direction are we gonna go? Are we gonna
Uh,
take the left route? Are we gonna take the right route? Are we gonna go right down the middle? Are we gonna bite the hot dog from the center? What are we gonna do?
let's go with the unconventional one with the happy ending,
All right.
just to start things off. And it's not the one that you might think. Hmm.
Prepare yourself.
Yes. So, forgive me, I did a little bit of research before we
Ooh.
started. But for those of you who don't know, there was a huge crypto heist that happened just last week, a couple days ago, at the time of this recording.
Oh damn! So it's recent.
Yes, it's very recent.
Oh.
And there was this hacker who allegedly stole $600 million from a cryptocurrency trading website called Poly Network.
God damn.
And, it's a lot of money, a lot of people freaked out. But in a series of unfortunate events or of unforeseen events, the hacker actually returned most of the money. He returned $300 million.
What do you do with the rest of the money?
So he returned $342 million back to the website, and the other $268 million is locked in an account.
Ooh. Okay.
That the hacker is willing to give over to the website once they fix the issue that allowed him to steal that much money in the beginning.
Whoa, that's okay. That's weird, but in a good
Yeah.
way.
And the website Poly Network even offered to let the hacker keep 500,000 of the money because he exposed a critical security hole in their website and in their transaction and stuff. But even even the hacker denied or refused to keep that amount of money because he allegedly said that they did it for fun and to prove a point.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, they haven't come out. They haven't come out yet on who it is or anything because this is still a cyber attack. So there's issues and jurisdiction and the authorities are involved.
Yeah.
Even though he returned all the money, it's not just a slap on the wrist and get out of here. If anything, in modern days, our government has been taking cyber attacks very serious.
Yeah, especially since technology is advancing so fast that it feels like a lot of things are being transferred digitally now. So it's very important.
Yeah. So that was it. I mean, it's crazy because it's the biggest cyber attack, the biggest cyber heist in all of history.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And then even other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum Classic had a 51% attack. I think there was a heist on Bitcoin, and all of that fails in comparison to what happened here.
God damn that! But the ending to that story is so weirdly wholesome. He's like a vigilante for some reason. It's like he did
pretty much
the wrong thing for the right reasons, and he didn't even want to accept compensation. I guess you could call it.
True. I mean, they've even said themselves that they always plan to eventually return the money, and the reason why he kind of turned down the $500,000 was that so in their words, according the article that I'm reading, the person said offering immunity may sound like a smart move for Poly Network to dangle a carrot, but it's unlikely that the authorities will agree with this decision nor even allow it. And then this attack is likely being watched by cyber criminals and law enforcement, and it could potentially bring up copycat attackers. So I guess in his eyes, if he accepts this retribution money for exposing the attack, people are gonna find out what he did and how they did it, and other things are gonna happen.
Yeah, it also sounds like even though if he accepts the money and the immunity that the website's giving him, the website is kind of giving him immunity so that way they won't press charges against him, but that doesn't mean the state or where he lives or even the country itself won't reprimand him and punish him for his actions. That doesn't secure immunity from the law itself. It just secures immunity from
Oh, but
A
that's
website.
the thing though. Like the whole reason why cryptocurrency is so like attractive when
Yeah,
you start trading it is because there is like this ambiguity as to who you are,
yeah, of course.
you know, because it's like it's not regulated and like you don't have to report taxes on it yet. There's no way to trace somebody's address to who they actually are.
I mean, especially a hacker who would probably know all about like IP tracking and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's very weird. It's a very weird story. It's a very weird like series of events. It has an odd happy ending,
Yeah,
which you don't hear a lot about in stories like
big time.
this.
Hmm.
That's just something I wanted to share with everyone.
All right, yeah, that's a pretty good way to start things off. That's I mean, that made me feel good, even though it was a crime nonetheless. It goes to show that the world isn't all black and white. You know, there isn't just
Yeah.
good or bad.
Yep. There are people out there who are genuinely trying to, you know, improve the world
Yeah, I like
or,
that.
or indirectly keep other people safe.
Especially for I appreciate the fact that this hacker, like, he had the knowledge, the know-how of how computers work and like how to infiltrate something so important, and yet he decided not to do evil, or at least he decided not to stay evil 100%.
Yep.
All right, not bad. Good story, Joe. I like that. I didn't know this was happening. Holy shit.
Yeah. Thank you.
I honestly don't know where to go after this. I kind of want to just stay happy.
Well, talk about things that are happy, Victor. You know, raindrops and bubble gum and puppies.
and and rainbows and forests and fairies and candy
Yeah, all those good things.
and sexism in the workplace.
No, all right, maybe not that.
Oh my god. Speaking of sexism in the workplace, have you heard of what's going on with like Activision?
Is it Activision or Blizzard?
Well, I mean, they're both one company. Like one of them bought the other one out.
Oh, that's true. Then yes, I have heard.
Okay, yeah. So just to quickly touch upon it, just so that people know, I'm not planning on diving deep into this, but apparently Activision slash Blizzard, I'm just gonna go with Activision, is getting sued because a lot of like reports have been been revealed of sexual harassment in the workplace. Like a lot of female employees describe the work environment as a fraternity where it's all about, guys trying to hit on girls and conquer them and like seeing them as
It's all about
objects.
the
And
boys.
yeah, at the work environment, at the workplace, they would be like drinking and having bets and fucking doing these disgusting things towards their like female coworkers. And I think it even went as far as like, or I think the reason why this started kicking off to like all these reports coming out and the truth being revealed to the world is because one female employee took her own life uh because of the harassment, the bullying and the sexual harassment and stuff like that that was going on. And one
Oh,
point I think one of the bosses, I don't know how high the boss is, like I don't know if he's just a manager or if he was like a corporate, like office person,
yeah.
but apparently this boss invited her, the victim and other coworkers to like a summer house and near like a lake or something, and the bullying and harassment continued and it got even worse once they were like out of the office, to the point where like the woman decided to take her own life, like she couldn't handle it. And it was horrible because I think it was as bad as like if you say that we did any of this to you, you'll lose your job, you'll never find a career in this industry again, and on top of that, no one will believe you because Activision can like afford best lawyers and stuff like that. So your life is pretty much ruined. That's how horrible it got. So I could understand why she felt like cornered and decided to do what she did. But yeah, now that this happened, I guess other female employees saw this as the last straw, and now a bunch of reports are being released that this is really happening in Activision, that it's just horrible and there's a bunch of sexual harassment towards female employees. There's like no one's taking responsibility. The internet has come out in a rage to boycott Activision games. to stop buying like Call of Duty and Warzone and all that stuff, just to quit playing them and to pretty much just like hopefully take their jobs away from them. Like
Yeah.
it sounds like that's what they're trying to do. But yeah, that's as far as I know. Do your own research to find out what really happened and how far along this whole scenario is going. But yeah, that's a horrible thing that's going on from
Damn.
from a game company that's been going on for years now, like for decades even. Like I think it's as old as us, or if not older, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I had read something about that just because I follow like video game news.
yeah,
How do you let that progress?
yeah. I don't know, man.
There wasn't one guy there that was just like, hey, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, from the guy's perspective, like I'm not trying to justify any of these actions whatsoever. But if there ever is like even a decent guy, that has the same mentality as you, like I'm not letting this happen. I'm not going to be a part of this. That's not going to stop all the other assholes and douchebags to continue partaking in whatever actions they decide to do. Like they'll probably
True.
get bullied as well and be like, "Oh, what's wrong with you, you little pussy? Like, oh, you think this is fun?" Or probably even get fired from what they consider their dream job, even if there is a decent male there that wanted to stop it. It's like they probably got fired or bullied into keeping their mouth shut, and you know they let the other guys continue doing their horrible shit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's probably how it went. But I don't know. And that just sucks.
It's really sad to see that shit like this is still happening. It's like it sounds so horrible that it's like it feels like this would only happen in a movie. Like how bad this shit is. It's like, oh, it's ridiculous. Like nowadays in real life, we wouldn't let this continue, would we? And then you fucking hear stories about this, and you're like, yeah, like this is exactly what's been going on, and it has been going on for years now. And you're just like, at least I was in shock. I was like, man, fucking Activision, bro. Like, wow, disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. All right.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, I just wanted to touch upon that. If you are interested in finding more, do your own research, everybody.
That sucks because I wanted to apply to be an intern at Blizzard, but apparently not. Not anymore.
Did you really?
Yeah, because it's so close.
In
It's in Irvine.
Blizzard's headquarters is in Irvine?
Yeah, and I think EA, like Activision, has like a studio in like Santa Monica or something.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. Yes, when I used to work in Venice Beach, I would pass by a gaming company, and it was EA. I just forgot which one it was exactly.
I don't
Santa
know.
Monica Studios.
Well, EA and Activision are like two different companies, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like now that this has come out of Activision, they're disgusting in a moral standpoint, like where they're mistreating human beings. EA is just corrupt in a financial standpoint, where they're just abusing their fans and their loyal customers by trying to get as much money as they can from them. By
I see.
releasing like incomplete games and only through DLC that you have to pay double. Can you get the full game? Like that sort of bullshit. So it's like
Yeah,
we still don't approve of them, but at least they weren't hurting people physically and emotionally, scarring them. At least with financial problems like EA does, you could decide not to pay them. You could just keep your money to yourself. Like it's still bad, but it's I see it as just more acceptable, I guess, because they're a corporation, so you kind of see it coming. Like they're only there for the money.
true.
Yeah. I mean, you still can, Jolin. Start your own company. Create your own games. Use the Unreal Engine.
I'm trying. It's harder than you think.
Yeah, and I can imagine how hard it is. And I barely
Yeah,
understand it at all. All right,
yeah.
so what else do we got for our beautiful listeners, Jolin?
Dude, what's the deal with plants?
I don't know, right? It's like they just started talking out of nowhere, and like everyone
Oh no,
looks
I
at
was
me like
being
if I'm
serious.
crazy. Oh,
I was being serious because like sometimes when I'm on Facebook, I see like videos of like people. Like, have you ever seen when people like graft like one branch onto a tree?
yes, I love seeing
Like they
that.
like peel back the bark or something, and then they like drill a hole and they put like some random thing, and then there's like a a time skip and there's like pears on an apple tree and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like plants are so OP. You can literally like cut more than 50% of them off and they'll just grow back. Like if you cut 50% of a human, like they're dead.
They won't grow back.
Yeah, you cut 50% of like almost anything. Maybe like the exception is like a jellyfish or like a lizard, but plants, they're OP, man. Too
Yeah.
overpowered. We need to do something about them.
They're I mean, they're the dominant species of the planet, and we're trying our best to eradicate them, and we're having a hard time.
Yeah. And then they're like the one of the longest living species on the earth as well. There's like plants there are trees that are like over 6,000 years old.
Yep.
And it's
Oh
like
my god.
what's the deal with plants, man? It's crazy.
Bro, speaking of plants, oh my god. I recently saw a documentary of mushrooms on Netflix. I think
Oh,
it's called
mushrooms are not plants.
I know they're not. They're mycelium. But they're
Well,
like they're what?
they're fungi.
Well, yeah, but I mean they're not animals and they're
They
not
are
plants.
animals.
They're not animals though.
They are.
They're
Fungi
not.
are part of the animal kingdom.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not. They're
Oh
not
my
part
god.
of. They're in between. Show me where it says that. Show me all the scientific details, Jolin. I want to know.
All right, you know what? You're right, Victor.
What does it say?
They are neither plants nor animals
Okay, cool.
because fungi are immovable and have rigid cell walls like plants, but they cannot make their own food unlike plants.
They need the decomposing or like bacteria and stuff like that that usually
Well,
comes with.
they have to eat something.
Oh, okay.
They just don't make food out of sunlight like those freak plants. They just stand there and they're like, I'm full.
It's like, oh yes, delicious sunlight. Well, yeah. So I'm glad you cleared that up because the literally that's like the first sentence you hear from the movie I saw, the documentary. So if that's incorrect, everything I know about mushrooms just goes invalid. It just surprised me, like how the interconnectivity of the mycelium that's underground, pretty much funguses connecting all plants together. Like if you go into a forest, it could be miles and miles of just like underground networks of like
Yeah,
electrical signals being sent from one plant to another. And it's like trees themselves use fungus to like connect to their offspring. And trees are, because of the fungus and the network that they've created, are kind of like intelligent enough to know which is their offspring and which one's an offspring from some other tree. And then they even are able to manage to send signals to their offspring saying, hey, that's not a good place to reproduce, that's not a good spot, like there's like animals or there's like a lot of fucking shit going on there, like just stay away from this area. And the spore or the seed that like started growing there would actually die because of what the mother tree would say, and only
ooh,
like in specific areas would the offsprings like actually flourish. And it's all thanks to mushrooms. Like mushrooms are actually able to send these signals that trees normally have and interconnect them to other plants, which is why they also know when like an invasive species has arrived in their forest and other plants actually like start getting in the way of like the sunlight so that the invasive species like dies off, if it's possible, like if they can do that stuff, like if they manage to grow in that specific area to block the sun or some shit. But it's just like that's all I remember right now because I don't want to get too deep into details, but just the fact that fungus could act as like neural pathways so plants could communicate just blew my mind. I was like,
yeah,
this is insane, it's so cool.
yeah. There's also like so I vaguely knew about that whole like. Well, okay, I didn't know that the mycelia actually acted as like a neural pathway for trees. That was interesting. But
Thank you.
there's a species of tree like called the aspen tree
Yeah.
that literally like it's if you see like an aspen forest, it's all one organism.
What?
Yeah, so the way that aspens kind of reproduce is that trees will like shoot up from the roots of like a living tree,
Yeah.
and they'll continue to do that until like a forest is produced. So like technically, all these trees are connected by root system, and they all came from like one tree.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, so like those huge like aspen forests that you see in like Colorado and like the Rocky Mountains and stuff, like more so than none, that whole forest is just one tree.
No way, that's crazy. So
Yeah,
if you were to cut down the center tree, would that kill the entire forest?
no,
So okay, so the other trees are able to like gain nutrients by themselves after they reach maturity.
yeah, because each tree like contributes to the root system.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, but if it wasn't for that main tree, they wouldn't have been born.
Exactly.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a?
Also, another
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say another fun plant fact. You know, like that freshly cut grass smell,
Yes.
like fresh cut grass.
Yes.
That's actually a hormone that grass secretes to tell other grass, hey, something's like killing us.
No fucking way.
Yeah, like it tells the other grass to like increase like the production of like a chemical for like people who are like allergic to grass or something. Because I think there's animals or like little creatures that like eat grass and they're not like susceptible to this hormone or
Yeah.
chemical. Yeah, and that's what grass produces, and then it just apparently it just smells good to us.
So when you mow your lawn, you're smelling grass screams.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy shit! I'm gonna start describing it like that. Oh, what's your favorite scent? Oh, grass screams.
And they're like, what?
The agony of grass. It just
Yeah,
smells delicious.
yeah,
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
yeah. Fun facts.
See, that makes sense now because there's times where I've walked down like neighborhoods where like you could tell their grass is like it's well kept, like it hasn't been cut in a while, but it smells like fresh cut grass. So that could be like another organism attacking the grass, so the grass releases that hormone or scent, and that's why it smells like fresh cut grass, even though no one's cutting.
Also, like, you know the like fresh raindrop smell,
Yeah.
like the smell of like rain on like wet pavement or something.
Oh yes, I love that.
That's actually like a secretion of like bacteria.
No fucking way.
Yeah, that scent comes from like bacteria on like the pavement and stuff that are like essentially being rehydrated.
Are they not dying? Are they just like reviving?
They were yeah, they were like in like a what is it like in hibernation or some shit like that.
Oh my
And
god,
then that's where that
no.
smell comes from.
Jolin,
Everything you know is a
no.
lie.
I've been breathing in fresh reborn bacteria.
Yeah, it comes from like a bacteria.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on. Now that we're speaking of smells, I have one question I've always
Oh,
wanted
I
to ask
know. We
you
were
and I keep
talking about
forgetting.
plants, but okay, go ahead.
Do you like the smell of gasoline?
It doesn't bother me, but I don't like it.
Okay, I agree. I'm in the same boat. Like I could care less about it, but I don't consider it a good or bad smell. I'm just like, oh, that's gasoline. But I've been
Yeah.
increasingly seeing on social media, specifically TikTok and Instagram, where car people like those car enthusiasts really enjoy the smell of gasoline. And I first assumed that it was just because, they're enthusiastic about cars, so they're constantly like working on them and having to refill the engine and blah blah blah. So they naturally just started liking associating the smell of gasoline with working on their car, which they highly enjoy doing. But
Yeah.
then I started seeing random dudes, just like normal people, like they're not really car enthusiasts, talk about how a real man loves the smell of gasoline and that's something women will never understand. And it just
Mm,
caught me in like a what moment? Like my sister loves the smell of gasoline. I'm indifferent about it. So I'm like, that doesn't apply to me, but I was just curious as to like where you stood on the matter.
I mean, like, it's not a pleasant smell, but I get where they're coming from because the smell of gasoline is like kind of nostalgic to me. Like, it brings back like memories of, like going to Mexico and when we had a boat,
Oh, okay.
things like that. And like, yeah, working on like a car with my dad when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get where they're coming from. And I will say this Chevron with Techron hit different though.
A
It
specific
does,
smell.
honestly.
Does it?
Yeah.
I've been a Arco boy all my life, so I wouldn't
Oh
really know.
man. Well, Chevron with Techron, you want a good smelling gas? I know they probably don't want to be associated with that, but it's too late. It's out there.
I gotta get a few good hits to try it out. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I've always been just indifferent about it. I'm like, I don't think it's a bad smell, but I wouldn't go out seeking it. Like I wouldn't think it's good. I just meh.
yeah, true. I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm still trying to process the whole grass and wet pavement smell thing that you just told me. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Is there any other weird smell slash plant facts that I know? Not really. I won't try to ruin anything for you anymore, Victor.
No, that's fine. I like. Do you know another one? I'd love to hear about this stuff.
No, I don't. I mean, we're talking about plants, but I don't. I can't think of anything else that I want to say about plants aside from just I know they're crazy.
Yeah, me neither. But I do like seeing these like perspective shifting like facts because it's like even though it doesn't for me at least it doesn't really ruin anything to me. It just changes my perspective in such a drastic way that I know I can never see it in the same light ever again. And I like that. It shows me that I'm learning something new about the world around me. So that's always a good sign to me. And it kind of puts a lot of memories into new perspective as well because my sister would always tell me about how her favorite scent in the entire world was the smell of mud or dirt after it had finished raining or while it's raining. That she just loves
Ah,
the scent of wet dirt. I thought it was weird just because I always felt like wet dirt specifically was kind of suffocating for a smell, like it was so potent to me.
ah,
Yeah, but now it's just bacteria. It makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know, Victor. I guess switching gears.
Yes.
Uh, Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, the new movie.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
with
did you
Ryan
see it?
Reynolds and Sean McLaughlin.
Oh no! Really?
Sorry, it's the wrong movie. That's Free Guy. It's coming out this Friday.
Oh, is it really?
I don't know. Actually, I think it's already out.
Is it on HBO? Or is it only in theaters?
Only in theaters.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually wanted to see it, but I don't want to pay for it.
I mean, you are paying for it. You pay for HBO.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's better to pay for HBO than paying like $20 for a movie theater ticket.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of I didn't want to see Free Guy. It doesn't interest me.
Well, that's the thing, because like I love the movie theater experience. So when it's a movie that I'm super excited for, I'll gladly pay that money. Like even if it's $30, I'll gladly pay it because I know it's helping the industry of keeping theaters alive. So I'm happy for that. And on top of that, it's a movie I'm excited to see, whether it looks like it sucks or it's good. As long as I want to see it, I'm happy to pay. Free Guy, on the other hand, it doesn't look like a movie I'm excited to see, but I just want to like it's a movie that I don't want to miss because I feel like it would either suck so bad that the internet's gonna talk about it for a few days, or it's gonna be pretty good, but it's just like a okay, so let's talk about it for a bit. You get me?
Ah. Yeah, I get you.
It's very hard to describe, but some movies you just don't want to pay the theater ticket for because you know you're not really gonna enjoy the experience either way.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Suicide Squad. It's
Oh
on
yeah,
HBO Max if you want to see it.
if you have it.
Exactly. So let's talk about it, Victor. What did you think?
10 out of 10 would buy again.
Wow. Now you heard it here first, folks.
Nah, like honestly,
9 out of
uh
10, maybe I'd buy.
maybe just go for the regular Blu-ray, not the steel case. No, I would give it like a 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed the story. It was new. It was like a new story. Like it wasn't like a regular format of just like here's the good guy, here's the bad guy, watch them fight. Good guy wins, yay! Like it wasn't just that. It was just here's some bad guys. Here's an even bad guy. They don't all want to die, so they kill the big bad. Okay,
Ooh.
like it wasn't really doing it for their own ego, their own pride. It was actually for like for their own survival, which is what you expect a bad guy to do. So it was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Like I didn't feel like it was a wasted time watching the movie. And the reason why it's like a 7 out of 10 for me is because the characters were really well written in my eyes.
I see.
I really enjoyed King Shark. Harley was actually really well written in this movie because recently all the other portrays of Harley and like the other Suicide Squad, the fucking Birds of Prey, they always show her as like this dim-witted character who has only survived because she just has this immensible luck. You know, she's either just because she's a female, so all the other male characters just want to fuck her, so they just give her what she wants, or she's just incredibly lucky and is in the right time in the right place at the right time every single time. And I hate that because Harley Quinn is a gymnast, well, has like gymnast history, and she's a fucking like nurse. Like she has a doctorate in when it comes to like medical information. So she knows her shit. And she has the agility and stamina to beat people up and even kill them. You know, she's no pushover. And it's like, yeah, she's ditzy, but she's one of those characters that she's acts dumb to hide her true malicious intent. And
Yeah.
I feel like all the other portrays haven't actually caught that when it comes to a Harley Quinn character. And this movie actually did like portray that really well because for the first half, I was very worried because she seemed very dumb and just a usual like, oh, here's the stupid blonde girl character just to make you guys laugh. But then there was a scene where she starts kicking ass, and I was like, hell yes, thank you. Like it wasn't just because of luck. Like she actually started showing how she knows how to crack people's necks and shoot them in the right spot to kill them. Like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
it's good. Good job. Like, good job, writers. You did a good job. Favorite character of all time, King Shark, Nanawe. He's adorable, but he's a bad guy, and he's a shark, which is my favorite animal of all time. So, instant 10 out of 10. Nanawe, King Shark, awesome. What about you, Jolin? What did you think about?
Just because he's a bad guy doesn't make him a bad guy.
Exactly. He's just lonely and depressed. He just wants friends.
And a shark.
And he's a shark. He only bites when you touch their private parts.
Exactly.
What did you think, Jolin?
So I'm not going to give it as high as praise as you did. You know,
That's fine.
if I had to give it a score, I would give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, not bad.
I thought the movie was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to the first Suicide Squad, where like Will Smith was like the leading role, it's like miles better. You know,
Yeah.
no offense to Will Smith or anything, but like he didn't play like a very convincing villain.
Yeah, he didn't sell you on his character.
Exactly.
Mm.
A lot of it, like you said, a lot of the characters are very likable. I did like King Shark. He was pretty great. What's her name? Ratcatcher 2.
Yeah.
She was really good as well. She,
Yeah.
like, if anything, she had like the most backstory towards of all the characters.
Yeah.
John Cena as Peacekeeper. I can tell that he played the role well because I hate him. I hate Peacekeeper in the movie.
Yeah.
So that shows that he he did a good job making the audience hate his character.
That's true. Yeah. Good point.
And then Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. That's just a classic, iconic. I
Obvious.
feel like it's gonna be it's the same scenario where like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It's just gonna be that,
Yeah, exactly.
or like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh man, rest in peace. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I know. I mean, rest in peace to Iron Man, not to Robert Downey Jr. He's still alive.
Yeah, sorry. The character, not the actor.
Yeah. So I thought the movie was good. Like it was. Well, I thought the movie was okay. It was enjoyable. It had a couple laughs. The characters are very likable. The story I felt like was the thing that like let us down. I felt it was very to me. It was very like put together like really quick. You know, like here's what happens. Here's the big twist, and that's it. And they're like, all right, let's do that.
Oh, gotcha. Like it felt rushed.
Exactly.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, like overall, it was an experience.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'd recommend it just so you have like something to talk about. You know, virtual cooler talk.
All right, yeah, virtual cooler. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would highly recommend it, but that's kind of obvious since my rating was higher. Also, before I even saw the movie, I saw a lot of memes out there of like King Shark, and I just assumed it was like the internet enjoying the dumb character again. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
at least I know going into this King Shark will be the comic relief. But I didn't know how much I would actually love him to the point where I'm like, all right, internet, you made a good choice there. I approve.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
So
So,
yeah, the Suicide Squad now on HBO Max.
not sponsored, but HBO hit us up.
Yep.
So, sticking to the conversation of movies, have you heard of what's going on with Johnny Depp and his now ex-wife Amber Heard?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but you know, fill the people in, Victor.
Yes. So, for anyone out there who's a fan of like Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, and the Crimes of Grindelwald, and like just Johnny Depp in general. If anyone out there has seen the movie Aquaman, Amber Heard is the girlfriend of Aquaman, the red-haired girl. The I forgot her name, the character's name. Do you
Yes.
remember? Yeah, so point is
We'll call her Betty.
Betty. So the point is, Johnny Depp was married to Amber Heard. There was a huge drama going on about like this isn't new news. Like this isn't like brand new. It just happened. This has been going on for a while. The internet knows about it. You guys probably heard about this. I'm just recapping. They were married together. Then they got a divorce because Amber Heard was proclaiming that Johnny Depp was abusing her. And of course, that's something horrible. So the internet instantly jumped on, defending Amber Heard, punishing Johnny Depp for his like disgusting behavior, and like hoping to help Amber Heard fight domestic abuse. This fight was going on for quite some time with you know, studios firing Johnny Depp and for all his roles. Like he was no longer Jack Sparrow, he was no longer Grindelwald. He was just being fired from like new scripts that were like hoping to cast him. He was just being called and saying that we don't need you anymore. All this stuff. He was just getting, you know, the shit kicked out of him. And
Yeah.
it's understandable. Like someone who really is an abuser should get their shit kicked out of them, like for their disgusting behavior. The truth happened though. The twist is that Amber Heard lied to everybody. Amber Heard was actually the abuser in this situation. She would
Oh
say
my god.
she would say shit of like, go ahead and tell the internet, go ahead and tell everybody, no one's gonna believe you because you're a guy. And of course, this comes to the whole problem of like society where males are seen as weak. Males are not taken seriously when they're being abused by their female partners. So Amber Heard took this into like the extreme and decided to blame Johnny Depp first as being the abuser when in reality she was the one abusing him. So when the truth came out that Johnny Depp has like actual recordings of her like hitting him and abusing him, the whole internet just like stopped for a moment. They took into consideration all the shit that they've been saying to Johnny Depp and decided to apologize to him, decided to like realize that, he has been the victim this whole time. And they started to, shit on Amber Heard, which is, of course the natural route that this would go on.
Yes.
Once this evidence came to light, the court appearances that they were having for their divorce started to shift because Johnny Depp started suing Amber Heard for defamation. Is that what it's called? Defamation?
Yeah. Well, defamation, but
Defamation.
same thing.
Thank you. Yeah, so for defamation and for pretty much the half of the money that she took from him in the divorce, which Amber Heard supposedly put into fighting, domestic abuse. But the judge, with the new evidence of Amber being the attacker, decided to demand Amber Heard to show proof that she actually used the money to fund, you know, the anti domestic abuse. And that's a whole nother issue that I'm not going to go into details. You guys could like read into it if you're interested in this subject. But point is, once Amber Heard was, the actual villain was like shown to be the actual villain, a lot of studios and movies and directors started like apologizing to Johnny Depp, saying that, hey, we heard what happened. We want you in our movie. Like, we're sorry for, thinking badly of you. And Johnny Depp being a good guy, he was like, it's fine as long as the truth is out. Like, and I have a job again. I have a career as a movie star. I'm happy. Like, I don't want Amber Heard to suffer. I just want her to pay for the crimes that she has committed, especially, for the defamation that she caused. And she has. The problem is now, recently, the most recent problem that the internet's having with Amber Heard is the fact that Warner Brothers Studios was super quick to firing Johnny Depp when they thought he was the abuser. And they were
Yeah.
instantly talking on their Twitter, talking shit about Johnny Depp. Not directly, but just saying like, "Oh, what this type of disgusting human being would abuse someone? Like they should be ashamed of themselves, especially if they have like strength over them. Like this should never happen, and we're sorry to associate ourselves with someone like that. But the problem has been fixed. Like we'll never like associate ourselves with that person ever again." And then when the tables had turned, they apologized to Johnny Depp, but they still kept Amber Heard in her position as Aquaman's wife. And that's what the internet's fighting right now. The internet's pissed off because they're talking to Warner Brothers. They're sending a bunch of shit to Warner Brothers Studios saying, how come you're so quick to judge Johnny Depp when you thought he was the one abusing? But once you heard that he was a victim, you still don't want to like you don't want to acknowledge the fact that Amber Heard is the actual abuser, that she's the actual disgusting person you were talking about this whole time. And honestly, like Warner Brothers has turned like a blind eye to all this. And the
Yeah.
only reply that they've been given to the internet is just like something around the lines of like, oh, well, we've worked with Amber Heard for so many years that it would cost us too much money to try and find a replacement for her. And we're not going to let sexist people on the internet make us change our mind of hiring a beautiful independent woman as like Aquaman's wife. So pretty much just like shitting on everyone's beliefs and pretty much showing how two-faced they are as long as it comes to money. It goes to show that like, it's fueling that mentality of if a man is the one that's being abused, he's instantly seen as like less of a person. And even though they're the victim, they're still being attacked by others by criticism and stuff like that. Whereas if a woman gets abused, they're instantly like bombarded with support and kind words and all this stuff. But when it's the other way around, Amber Heard still has a job. When Johnny Depp literally was about to lose his entire career, everything he's ever worked for, just because of the words of one woman who turned out to be lying. And now that the truth is out, that woman is still with a job, still with a career. The internet doesn't see that as being fair, like fair judgment
Yeah.
on Warner Brothers' parts. So I just wanted to get this information out there. If you guys want to know more about it, go research it. It's a pretty crazy story.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that just shows like the double-sided nature of like, like what society thinks of men over women and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like just touching upon the little fact that like abuse is a horrible thing. It's like, yeah, women do get abused out there and they're currently, even as we're speaking, like there's abuse going on. But that doesn't mean that, men don't get abused at all. Like that's a thing,
Yep.
and we should take abuse in general very seriously, whether like no matter what the gender is. The way Warner Brothers has seen this attack and this abuse is very disappointing. Like it makes me not want to support Warner Brothers myself.
Yeah. What was I gonna say about that? Yeah, and that sucks because I've heard that Johnny Depp is like such a nice person.
Yeah.
like there's a story about like one of the Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Yeah.
That like they were filming like really up north, like off the coast of like the UK or Ireland or something like that, like up there where it's pretty cold. And
Yeah.
like the studio didn't want to get people jackets. So like Johnny Depp spent X amount of money, like it's definitely well into like the tens of thousands to buy everyone on the crew like a windbreaker.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, like he took money out of his own pocket to like help everyone out.
Damn, that's fucking awesome.
Just because like the studio wouldn't supply something that was like a necessity at that time.
That's more disappointing for the studio itself. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. So that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah. No, I also heard that like he got a request from a child with cancer who wanted to see Captain Jack Sparrow. Like it was his favorite character ever, and he wanted to talk to him and meet him. So Johnny Depp sat in the makeup chair for like 4 or 5 hours to put on the Jack Sparrow costume, just to meet that kid for like an hour or two. And I was like, that's man, like, come on, that's so nice, that's so wholesome. And like I said, even after this whole drama, he still wasn't going after Amber Heard publicly. Like he wasn't doing the same thing she was about him. He wasn't talking shit about her. He wasn't like saying like horrible stuff to like hopefully, get people's sympathy on his side. He was literally just trying to get the truth out. And he specifically said that multiple times. He was like, I don't want anything from her. Like she could like keep the money that she took from me. I just want to make sure that money is sent to like where she said it was going to be sent. I want my career back, and I don't care what happens to her. Like I just want to have peace and have the truth out there. At least that's
Yeah.
what I read myself. And if that's true, I mean that's a better man than I was, because I would want revenge. If that would happen to me, I'm a very petty person, so I would want revenge, you know?
True.
Yeah. Johnny Depp's a good guy. He didn't deserve it.
Yeah. Go watch Edward Scissorhand now in theaters.
Oh my god, Edward Scissorhands. Was that Johnny Depp? Holy shit.
Yeah, that was Johnny Depp.
Oh my god.
Like one of his iconic roles.
Victor Van Dort in The Corpse Bride, and god, what's his name? I think his name is Victor as well, I'm not sure. And oh no, Sweeney Todd. There we go. It's the fucking name of the movie. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Go watch that one too.
Wasn't he also like Tonto and like the Lone Ranger?
Yes.
Something like that? I don't know.
Yes, I think he was. He was the Native American in the Lone Ranger. Is that his name, Tonto? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But I heard that movie was a flop. Like, not a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I don't know, Victor. I think this is pretty good. It's a long enough podcast, I guess. We've covered a lot of topics.
Yeah,
got a little sidetracked.
With planes.
With planes.
Learned something new. Shared information. Hopefully people, found it interesting. And we thank you guys so much for being with us.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while since we did a podcast, but we're back. We just have trouble scheduling things, committing, I guess, on my part at least.
It happens, yeah.
But yeah, we enjoy it and we do it all for you. And I don't know, just hopefully you enjoy us ranting and talking about stuff.
Yeah, let us know your opinions in the comment below, or if you can, if you're watching this on YouTube and stuff. Like, we love to hear your side and your thoughts.
And then if you are on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, hit that follow, that heart, all the good stuff. If you're listening to us on like Google Podcasts, I don't know how you are. We don't post to Google Podcasts for some reason. If you're listening to us on iTunes as well, or Apple Podcasts, we don't post there. So how the hell are you listening to us?
Please let us know, because we don't know
imposters.
Ourselves. Yeah.
Fiends, scoundrels,
charlatans.
Exactly. But with that, we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Stay beautiful.